Just a quick one. This isn't a financial advice. Alright guys, welcome to this video. This is the daily chart of BTC, and BTC is showing a very strong bearish setup, and this could be a very good trade opportunity for us. I'll come back to the part where we can actually trade this setup. But before I do that, I want to take us to the weekly chart so that we understand what the heck is really happening. Why are we getting rejection after we've broken potentially out of this resistance zone? We're now getting some sort of bearish formation. Okay, why is this happening? And it is extremely critical we know this, because this very resistant area needs to be washed like a hawk or respected even as a trader. Let's quickly go to the weekly chart. So this is BTC weekly charts. If you go back in history, you see that BTC moved from the 26k price as low as around 26k all the way to $73,000, roughly $73,000. Yeah, that is where the market moved, and this very price point is where the market cooled off. It cooled off a little bit before it made this rally and this one again, and it's now back to this very point. So that is why this price point is very, very important. And if you look critically here, zoom in for us, you see that this is where BTC also got rejected. It's more like kind of fair value gap setup. So this market, this very point that we are, is obvious that we'll definitely get a rejection. I was actually about making a video on this, that we should not jump into this very trade setup, as we are seeing green candlestick, green 1, green 2, and we started to build up good momentum on the daily chart. I wanted to actually make a video for us not to jump into the trade before I just saw this happening, and for us to actually jump into the trade in a setup like this, or before going for a strong long trade. So for those who want to take advantage of this trade setup, you can actually do so on MEX with a very good bonus. Right now, MEX is offering an exclusive bonus for my viewers. Just scan the QR code on the screen, sign up, and claim your reward instantly. You'll also find a link right below this video. Click it and take action. Spots are limited, so make sure you don't miss out. Alright, now let's jump back to the chart. BTC really needs to break out of this very structure. This structure is critical for BTC. We got this, we respected it here, we bounced off it here, and now we are actually trading below it. So if BTC did not hold properly, we could go way lower. So what we don't want to see on a weekly chart is a complete red candlestick destroying this 2 green, which I think is not actually going to happen. I don't know, but I'm just giving us my opinion. So even if BTC should give us a red candlestick here, it shouldn't destroy this red green. If the red destroys this green, we could actually see way lower move to the downside. But then these very price axes are critical for Bitcoin. This 55k zone and the 60k zone, they are very, very important. It will be difficult for BTC to break it, but if it does, it's just going to be weak to the downside and then a good run up to the upside. Now let's go back to the daily and see how we can take advantage of this very setup. So as a trader, we are focused on taking advantage of what the market does when it is going up or going down. That's it. And if you zoom in here, you see that BTC is forming one of the classic cases I've always talked about when it comes to bearish setup. When the candle, 2 red candlesticks are forming and they are taking out the previous green candlestick, is actually a strong bearish setup. So if BTC should close in this formation, okay, in this very formation that we are seeing here, definitely BTC will go lower, except if this flips green at the end of the day. If it doesn't, it closes like this, we will see way lower move to the downside. We're expecting some news tonight or today. When that news happens, it will also potentially affect where the market direction is. But for now, what we are looking at on the technical part of this asset, BTC, is to make sure that if this closes like this will be a very good trade setup. Honestly, yeah, it will be a good trade setup, because if we take a short entry here and then moving all the way to this downside. Now, this may not be what plays out exactly, but you get the point. The point is this is going to be a strong resistance point, and here is going to be the strong, support area. So what are we expecting, and how do we take advantage of this trade? If we want to take advantage of this trade, when this candle closes, you need to go to the smaller time frame, the 1 hour time frame, the 4 hour time frame, the 30 minutes time frame. Now you want to also see some sort of rejection at this very price point here. This is the price point. You want to see some rejection within the smaller time frame. If the smaller time frame gets a rejection within this price point, definitely the price will continue going down. Or maybe we didn't get a rejection within this price point. Maybe we just get a rejection within this point. Because you need to pay attention to the close of this daily candlestick and the open of this daily candlestick and the close of this very candlestick. So if it closes where it is right now and then it tries to go up and get a rejection. What do I mean by rejection? If you have been following my channel, you know that this is what I call some sort of rejection. Something like this. When a red candlestick destroys a green candlestick, something like this. So basically, if you're a beginner, you should pay attention to this. So it is very important I make this point very clear just before we go, that this very box, this orange box here, is critical for Bitcoin. So BTC will not just push down from point A all the way to this very point. No, what BTC is going to do is BTC will try to hold at this very axis. Maybe in the smaller time frame, 15-minute time frame, we could get some strong rejection. Why? Because if you pull out the MACD, you see that MACD is on the 50 zone, right? And then this is also the 50 mark of BTC, as this is the 50 moving average. So since the price is still above the 50 moving average, we are not completely bearish yet. So if we don't get a rejection within this price, this is a very critical point I have to mark, because this is where we got consolidation before this big move. This is how I got the box. I usually look at where we got consolidation before a big move. So we got some strong consolidation here, strong move, consolidate here, and a big move. So this area is critical. But if we break this area, definitely we're going to go to point A, and if we can't hold on point A, we'll definitely go straight to point B. So guys, as you take your trade, please do watch out for these price marks. And if you want to know the exact price mark, look at what I drew on the point A is around the 65K zone, and the point B is around the 62 and the 60K zone. This is the previous low that BTC had before it made all these moves to the upside. So these are very critical. That is if we break below the 50 moving average. All right guys, thank you very much for watching. I want to see you in my next video. Bye bye.